right before closing. So we don't want to get you on a tight deal. You try to save $10 at Kohl's, now your debt ratio is higher because you have a more monthly debt, and now we can't close on your home. Hasn't happened, knock on some wood, but there are stories out there. So
Do not buy a car when you're buying a house.
Right.
Don't do it.
Right. Basically, try to wait until you get those keys. Once you get those keys, more than welcome to. Go through the final walkthrough with your realtor. You'll go through the walkthrough, make sure it's all in the good condition right before you close on the home. Make sure that no dents in the walls or anything like that when they move furniture out. Closing. So most of the time these happen at the title company. You'll sit down at the closing table, go through all the documents, get a nice little hand cramp from signing so many papers. You'll probably get more confused, but they're really good to explain everything. The settlement statement goes over every line of what dollar amount you're going to pay in that transaction. So that's really your most important piece between that and the note, the mortgage, and all that. But it has everything broken out for you. Other than that, mortgage, deed of trust, all that's basically your mortgage is what secures the property to the lender. So if you hear that word a lot, just put a reference to that. Tax benefits, always talk to your CPA or tax advisor. I'm not the tax advisor, but just to point these out, they may be able to deduct your mortgage interest, your property taxes, your PMI, or any points if you pay points. Normally, talk to your financial advisor as well on this one, all the disclosures, but normally it's not feasible to pay points if you're not going to be in that home very long, because the payback period is not quite there for it. And paying points basically means buying down the interest rate, but you actually paying for it. So, with that, for example, you pay $2,000, but you're going to get a 4% lower interest rate. But that $20 a month savings over all that. So that might help you out on the tax man. Kind of to wrap our thing up, a lot of times you hear about FHA, first time home buyer, FHA. We get this phone call a ton. So what the credit union's trying to do is educate everybody on what loan programs. To be honest with you, we don't even carry FHA. And here's why. So, used to be a great program. I'm not going to read through all this, you got it in pamphlet, but basically they increase their mortgage insurance, their upfront premiums on the loan. So for example, it used to be 1.75, I believe, but if you put 3.5% down, they're going to add 1.75% right back onto your loan. So when you start out with 3.5% equity, when you should have equity in your home right when you pay them that 3.5%, they're actually almost going to cut that in half. So a lot of people don't really know about that. Also, the monthly mortgage insurance, from what we've studied, compared to our mortgage insurance company that we offer, it's 2 to 3 times higher. So if ours, let's say for example, ours might be $50 a month, theirs is running around $150 or $120. So a lot of costs and fees. Don't want to get into it too deep, but you can't ever cancel the FHA mortgage insurance premium. So if you stay in that home for 30 years, you got $8,000 left on your loan, you're still paying $150 a month for that insurance. We can cancel at 80% if you've made good payments for 2 years, and the appraisal shows they got 20% equity. If not, it automatically cancels at 78%. Okay? So at that time, then your payment will also go down, because we don't require you to pay that. Long story short, boil down to it. Now FHA, they'll try to get you on a lower interest rate, which normally is the case, which sounds good up front. But with all that being said, I think this example has the exact same down payment and a 0.25% lower interest rate. Over the life of the loan, you're going to get about a $61,000 savings, even with the higher interest rate, because of that mortgage insurance, and it never drops off. Here's one last kicker. I'll be done. So when you move, let's say, move or hit the Powerball jackpot, and I'll be wishful. When you pay off FHA, they will actually charge you a full month's of interest. So if you pay them off on the second day, normally you think, well, I only owe them maybe 2 days of interest for that month. They require you to pay 30 days worth. Just another thing that's not in the news, nobody really tells you about. So this is part of the reason why we don't even carry it. So in your pamphlet, we came up with the Easy 3 program. And basically what that is, it's a 3% down, which even lower down payment than FHA, and that mortgage insurance is going to be so much cheaper. We don't charge you a one-time upfront fee, and there's, when you pay off the loan, it's good through however many days of that month. So, just a little tidbit, if you hear that around, on that. So that's our little slide on that. How to contact us, this will be in your pamphlet. Online is a really good way. Comes right into our software. We can call you back immediately. Here's Dan's contact information, Dan and Scott, and their email. And then currently Rebecca's our processor and closer. Like I said, we don't sell your loan off, so Jenny is in charge of all our servicing payments, online bill pay, all that good stuff. So with that being said, we also do have a balance program. It's free for credit members. It helps you with your credit scores, help you with anything financial. You can call them up, say, hey, I got this. Do you have any advice? So another good free service that we can offer for you guys. So wanted to just point that out. Any other questions? And feel free, if you want to ask a one-on-one question, we'll have time for that as well. So any other Q&A items that you guys can think of, or want me to go back and reinforce or anything?